Welcome to Tax Smarts Unlocked, the podcast for individuals and small business owners looking to conquer the tax landscape with confidence. Hosted by seasoned tax professional David Robson of Premier Tax and Business Services, each episode is packed with insightful advice on proactive tax planning to help you navigate the complexities of tax laws. Here's your host, David Robson.
Welcome to today's episode of Tax Smarts Unlocked. I'm your host, David Robson, and if you're a family-owned business owner, you've tuned in to the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the world of tax considerations that uniquely affect family businesses, focusing on how to keep that hard-earned wealth within your family. Now, navigating taxes can be as tricky as teaching your grandma how to use TikTok, but that's why we're here, to break it down and make it manageable. Let's start with the unique tax challenges faced by family-owned businesses. Family businesses often have intertwined finances, multiple stakeholders, and emotional connections that can complicate decision-making, especially where taxes are concerned. One of the biggest challenges is figuring out how to split income effectively among family members to optimize tax liability without running afoul of IRS guidelines. And if you're not careful, the wrong structure could cost you significant tax savings. Enter the importance of proactive tax planning. The goal here is not just to react to the tax man like he's dropped in uninvited, but to plan ahead so that you're prepared and possibly even excited for tax season. Proactive planning involves strategies like income splitting, which can help distribute income among family members who might be in lower tax brackets, thereby reducing the overall tax burden. Speaking of these strategies, let's delve into them a bit. By involving family members in the business, salaries can be distributed strategically. This could mean paying salaries to children or spouses within the constraints of reasonable compensation for services provided. Also, considering the business structure you're using, like setting up as a limited liability company, LLC, or an S corporation, can offer different tax advantages. Each structure has its own set of benefits, such as pass-through taxation and limited liability protection, but the implications must be thoroughly understood. To illustrate these points, I want to share a real-life case study. The Johnsons, a mid-sized family farm, managed to save around $50,000 annually by restructuring from a sole proprietorship to an S-corp. By doing so, they could pay themselves a reasonable salary and distribute additional profits as dividends, which were taxed at a lower rate. This restructuring required foresight and planning, but allowed the family to retain much more of their earnings within their circle. Of course, with these strategies come some pitfalls. One common mistake is not keeping detailed records, which is crucial for meeting tax obligations and avoiding penalties. Family businesses often blur the lines between business and personal expenses. This can be a tempting but risky practice that might attract IRS scrutiny. Mixing business and pleasure may be fun at the family barbecue, but not so much in tax filings. Here is where the role of professional tax services comes in. Collaborating with tax advisors who specialize in family businesses can be invaluable. They know the ins and outs of the tax code like the back of their hand and can tailor strategies specific to your business needs. Not only does this optimization potentially save money, but it also saves time. And let's face it, who couldn't use more hours in the day? Let's talk about succession planning and estate taxes, two areas that are important to a smooth transition of wealth. Planning for the transfer of the business to the next generation is critical. Estate taxes can take a considerable bite out of your wealth if not properly planned for. Gifting shares of the company periodically, instead of all at once, is one technique that not only minimizes estate taxes, but also allows for a gradual transfer of leadership. Additionally, let's not forget to leverage specific tax incentives and deductions available to family businesses. From tax credits for hiring employees to deductions for qualifying equipment purchases, taking full advantage of what's out there can significantly benefit your bottom line. It's always a good idea to stay alert for new legislation that can offer additional opportunities. Finally, I encourage creating an open dialogue about tax planning within the family business. Transparency among stakeholders can significantly bolster tax strategy effectiveness. These conversations can sometimes be tricky. Mixing finances with family is never simple, but they are crucial to the health and sustainability of the business. Set regular times for brainstorming these topics over more than just Thanksgiving conversation. As we wrap up this episode of Tax Smarts Unlocked, remember that understanding and acting on these essential tax considerations can make all the difference for your family-owned business. From income splitting strategies to selecting the right entity structure, each decision you make can contribute to safeguarding your family's financial future. Professionally managed tax strategy not only eases the pains of tax season, but ensures that your familial legacies are preserved and thrive through generations. So don't let tax complexities hold you back. Arm yourself with knowledge and the right team to support your business journey. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep it smart and keep it savvy.
Thank you for joining us on Tax Smarts Unlocked, the ultimate podcast for individuals and small business owners ready to conquer the tax landscape with confidence. Hosted by seasoned tax professional David Robson of Premier Tax and Business Services. Each episode has been carefully crafted to provide you with insightful advice on proactive tax planning. By adopting a smarter tax approach, you can focus on what you do best, growing your wealth and your business. We're here to guide you every step of the way. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe to Tax Smarts Unlocked on your favorite podcast platform and unlock the secrets to confident tax planning. Remember, it's time to take control of your taxes and unleash your full financial potential.